Okay, let's start with as a whole nation. Okay, I'm not going to include naval. So all the tanks first. No, we're going to do as a whole nation first. I'm not going to include naval. This is going to be my opinion, what I think about War Thunder is right now. Okay, let's start China. Uh, China for me is good. It's a good nation. China in ground, it has really good vehicles. At the low BRs is quite boring because it's a copy paste nation pretty much. But at top tier, it has really good vehicles. The AFT-09 that is a TGM. The VT4 is really good. Has really nice speed, really nice gun. Reverse speed, has APS. So I think it's a really solid in the ground. In the air, the JH7 is I think is a really good closer support. They have really nice planes too. The chopper is actually really nice. The C19 and the C10, they are really good choppers. I think they have it's like what is it called? The ATGM that the USA choppers have, but in China is way better. And the hit cycle missiles they are really extremely overpowered. They are impossible to dodge. You cannot even flare. So I think China is a good nation. If you want to grind it, go for it. It's really good. Let's go with France. Okay, France is a tough one. I'm actually wondering, it's good, but at the same time, it's average. It doesn't have anything crazy. What do you guys think? It should be good or? I think it's good nation. It's enjoyable because the Leclercs are good, but not as good. So, but the choppers are really bad. They are good. Let's put it here. Maybe we can change it later. Let's talk about it. France, they are really. If you are grinding it, at first the first vehicles are really helpful, but since you start climbing in the Tech 3, they start getting kind of good. To be honest, the Somua, the AMX M4 is a really good vehicles. You will find a struggling BR that is like I think it's 7.7 to 8.7 or 9.7 if I'm not wrong. You won't have a stabilizer, and at that BR every nation has a stabilizer, so it's really annoying. But it has quite unique vehicles. The AMX Fudge, the Mephisto, really good. The AMX 30 DCA, the SPA, I think is kind of crazy. And yeah, the top tier, the Leclercs. Since you got the first Leclerc, the other ones are going to be absolutely the same as the first one. So I think it's 5 seconds reload that it has. So it's decent. Armor is normal pretty much. You don't have a spotliner, so that's a bad thing. Armor is pretty decent, but the 5 second reload is actually kind of good, I would say. What else? What else do we have? In the air, closer support. I think it's good. It's not bad. It's actually the Mirage are really good playing for closer support. It has a really good targeting pod with nice thermals. You have nice GBUs, laser guided bombs. So it's really nice to bomb with friends. I like playing the Mirage. It's really good. It's a really good plane. It's actually a piece dogfighting, good missiles and good GPUs. But in helicopters, it's really bad. I don't think I never play helicopters in France because they are not good at all. So yeah, we'll leave it there on him. So yeah. Then we have Germany. Okay, Germany I think is a god nation in War Thunder. It's not the best, but it's a really nice nation. At all BRs, when you start grinding Germany, you have really unique vehicles. Historically, they are really nice. The Panzer IVs are really good. They lack a kind of armor, but the 75 millimeter, I think 75 is a really insanely good gun. Like all BRs, they are actually really good. The Germany Panthers and Tigers are really good. The 88 millimeter, the 75 are absolutely insane. Tigers are good, Panthers are good. They have really nice tank destroyers. So they are really good. And when you start getting to top tier, Leopard 1 is decent when you start getting to top tier. Um, but in what else do they have? The Leopards too are really good. I think they are really really nice. Top tier vehicles. The 287 for me has to be one of the best, if not the best top tier tank right now. With the Spotlighter is actually crazy. The L55 gun with the DM53 is really really good. Good fire rate, 6 seconds. I think is pretty good. Good armor. I think this is a really solid vehicle. And you have a lot of Leos to play with. The 287, 286, 285, PSO, 284. So you have a lot of backup vehicles to play with. What thing it lacks is SPA. The SPA in the Germany is decent. It's a decent SPA. It's not overpowering in anything. It's just a decent SPA as pretty much all the other nation SPAs. So it does the job, but I think it's a really huge SPA and only carries 2 missiles to fire in a single sable, so it's kind of annoying. Light vehicles, the TAMs are really good. The Puma is decent, and yeah. So top tier, Germany I think is really really good. What else do we have? Choppers, the Tiger. I don't know. For me, in my experience, is really good at killing other choppers, light vehicles, or SPAs. If you try to get MBTs, you will suffer a lot. You will need a lot of missiles. It's really unreliable. Sometimes you one-shot a vehicle, sometimes you don't do absolutely anything to that vehicle. So it's really, really annoying, to be honest. And on air, you have really historically nice vehicles, the BF109s, the 262s. So you will start having nice fun with Germany in air. But at closer support, I think they're kind of decent at every VR. But in top tier, I think it lacks good closer support. The Tornado is good, but the TGP I think it's only Gen 1. So you would kind of struggle with good closer support. You don't have like a unique SPA. I know, air-to-air combat plane pretty much. It's a copy paste like Mi-29s or Air Force. So that's it. But as a whole nation, I think it does the job. It could be here or good. I will leave it there. We could maybe change it later. So yeah, the Alpha Jet is actually really nice. I think I agree with you. So yeah, I think that's I will leave it there. British vehicles. Oof. What should we talk about the British vehicles? Where would I put it? I think leave it here in the middle. Britain is really good in the ground, to be honest. Earlier you start getting a PDS or solid shots, and you actually start getting stabilized really early. So that's a good thing. But armor is an average armor, to be honest, in our tanks. So I think the good thing about Britain is you start getting stabilization and a PDS really early. Top tier, the Charlies. Okay, Charlies are really slow tank for top tier, unless you get the Charlie 2E or the Charlie 3. But despite of that, it has a really accurate gun, to be honest. I think it's kind of decent. It's you want to play something different, you could play Charlie, but you have to play like kind of defensive nation, because in terms of armor, it doesn't have absolutely anything. Pretty much the only good thing is the turret, but the gun bridge is huge. The lower plate is absolutely huge, so you don't have Spotlighter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Black Knight, I think, is a really good tank. The APS is absolutely insane. It can even stop APF SDS. So yeah. In choppers, I don't think they are good at all. They have pretty much all Apaches. The H Mark 1 has the I don't remember the name of the missile, but you can spawn it first and get some light vehicles, so that kind of works, but it could be really annoying. In terms of planes, they got the Gripen, and they have like A4F, I think, F4Fs. So yeah, the Gripen is actually a really beautiful plane. It's a really small, but it has a really nice loadout. It's really fast, good TGP. So in terms of closer support, I think it does the job pretty well. So I will leave it there. I will leave it in the middle section. Um, and it has a really decent closer support, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's a decent nation. Italy. Okay, this is a really hard one, to be honest. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's good or no? I don't know. I have no idea if it's good or no. What do you guys think? Trash top tier. Yeah, I will leave it here. I will leave it here. Okay, Italy is low tiers. I think is decent. It has good vehicles, low BRs, really annoying vehicles, to be honest. Um, what else? The R3 are really annoying vehicles. I'm trying to remember, but they have a lot of copy paste of USA vehicles like M4s, T26. I think they have. But you start getting kind of unique vehicles. The Freccia is kind of decent. The Dardo is kind of good too. But the Arietes are really bad. I think for me it's one of the worst vehicles in top tier, or if not the worst. They don't have any armor at all. You can get killed from everywhere. No, the Toro is really bad. The lower plate, everything is really bad. The only good thing about Italy is the gun. It has really nice gun and decent rounds. The good thing about Italy, a top tier, is the Centauro, that it has a 5 seconds reload, and it's a wheel vehicle, so you can get really fast to every part of the map. And the automatic, I think, is really fun to play. I like it a lot. A lot of people might not like it. It only lags. It only has 12 APF SDS, so that could be really annoying too. But the 75mm SPA is really crazy to get choppers and playing. So I think that's the only good thing about Italy. SPA. What is the SPA in the Israel? I mean Italy. It's only the automatic and what else? An ITO, I think, is the other one. I don't remember, but I think it's top tier is a big no. And in terms of choppers, they are really bad, but they added the chopper with the spikes missiles. As I said, the spikes missiles are only good to you can play with the spikes and hellfires at the same time if you want it. So it's kind of decent at the same time. So you can carry some spikes to get light vehicles, SPAs, and choppers, and so hellfires you want to get some tanks. So I think is in terms of choppers, they're kind of decent. In terms of air power, do they have any good cluster support? What do they have on top tier? What does Italy have in top tier? I've never seen an Italian jet in top tier, to be honest. It's not that usual. I don't think this is really good. How's the Gripen? Italy has Gripen? Oh, okay, so see if they have the Gripen, the closest support is really good. They have it 16 too, so in terms of air power, Tornado. Okay, so they have a really good air superiority thing and closest support. But in terms as a whole nation, I think is really right there. Really struggles a lot, to be honest. Hopefully Gaijin look at them and makes some adjustment to their vehicles so they can buff it. And that's pretty much it. Let's go with Japan. What do you guys think about Japan? Do you think it's good? Do you think Japan is good or no? It's a good nation. I think it's good. I think Japan is actually a good nation. Or is in the middle. What do you guys think? I want to read you all. Is bro for you? For real, is bro for you? I think Japan is really fun to play. I would say it's in the middle of this. It could be good and it could be it's not suffer a low tier. Okay. I'll leave it in good. We can change it later. So Japan, let's talk about Japan. Japan, a low tier, has really nice vehicles, nice rounds, to be honest, but it can struggle a lot because Japan pretty much as a whole nation in ground, they don't have armor at all. They are really a paper tank. This for me, this is the paper nation. They don't have absolutely anything armor. You just have a really incredibly big guns, really different kind of playstyle. If you want to play some trolley vehicles, Japan has a lot of them. The Hori is really fun to play. It's kind of weird vehicle, but it's really nice to play. And the Type 75 is a HE meme vehicle, pretty nice. Type 99. They have a lot of what? Of SPGs. It's kind of crazy. Um, I live half Israel. Yeah. How did I get it back? But yeah, let's finish about Japan. Top tier Japan. Do they have the TKX and the Type 10s? The only good thing about they are the hydraulic suspension and the 4 seconds reload. That's the only good thing about Japan, pretty much. The SPA is really good. The Type 81, I think it's called. The hit sequence missiles are kind of insane. It's really hard to dodge it. So yeah, but it lacks a radar SPA, a long range SPA. But in terms, I think is good. If you want a different playstyle too, of only pretty much flanking and getting everyone, Japan might be the nation for you. You like the 4 second reload, but despite of that, the armor is not existent pretty much. It's a paper nation pretty much. So yeah, in terms of choppers, what choppers do Japan has? The Apache, I think it's the Apache, the ADGP or DGP, something like that. They are Apaches. It's just a normal Apache. Hellfires are really struggling in getting a good, how do you say, like parable, like getting into the battlefield. They are kind of weird, and I don't feel they are really good, to be honest. So it does, the Apache is decent. It does the job, but it's a decent choppers. In terms of planes, what do Japan has? F-15s and F-16s, I think it is. Um, Getting just hit, yeah, it's kind of annoying, the Hellfire, to be honest. Japan is pretty much just only ground for me. In terms of air, it only have the F-15s. Yeah, it only has F-15s pretty much up top tier, and historically the Zeros have the Zero, so it's kind of different nations you would like to play RRB. It could be a nice nation too. F14, F4, F15, and F15s. Yeah, so it's a decent nation in terms of air support. I think it's pretty normal nation, so could be good or it could be here, whatever you guys like. What do you guys think? It's good or it's in the middle? As a whole nation, what do you guys think? Good. You leave it there. Okay, let's leave it on good, I guess. I don't know where Israel got. Can I reset? Let me reset. They don't have Israel. It's kind of weird. How did I have it? This is good. This is, I think I leave it this there. I don't know where it's not Israel here, but I think it was like this. I think it was like this. Yeah, it's good in top tier. It's need a sub tree. Yeah, totally agree. Okay, Sweden. Sweden for me is God. Absolutely. It's one of the best nations in War Thunder. If you want to have a really solid nation, I think I will leave it like this. Do you think Sweden is better than Germany? It could be there, but in terms, let's talk about it. Sweden is really good. Let's talk in the ground. It has APDS really, really fast. I think even in 1.0 it has APDS. It has a really insane APDS, a lot of BRs. Yeah, I think Sweden is way better than Germany. Sweden has really unique vehicles. To be honest, the CV90s, how's they called? The STRVs, 103s, and the other one that are IFBs. Yeah, the tier list is missing Israel, but whatever. We can make it like imaginary. But Sweden has really unique vehicles. I like it a lot. Has really interesting vehicles. Top tier is for me is the in ground, in terms of ground and in tanks. It's absolutely insane. You have STRBs. It's like Germany but better. All the STRBs has Paul liners, so it's kind of crazy. You have a lot of STRBs, and you actually have another sub factory that have Leos, so it's kind of really, really insane. The The only thing it lacks for me, it doesn't have a good gunner good gunner thermos. I mean, that's the only thing it lacks for me, Sweden. But it's despite of that, it's for me, it's the best nation for ground. You're only going to play tanks, go for Sweden. It's really, really good nation. Has a really good SPA. The ITO is kind of crazy. The CV90 120 is absolutely lovely vehicle to play. It's really fast, good gun. So it's kind of crazy to play with Sweden. I think it's way better. Choppers. What the choppers? Does Sweden has choppers? I don't think so. It does? I have no idea. Don't remember, to be honest. But in terms of planes, it's got the Gripen, of course. Gripen is really good. It has really decent planes, so you can add some Gripens into your top tier lineup. You can kill some guys, but I think as a whole nation, it's really, really good. That's an Apache. They have the Mi-28 too. Okay, so yeah, you have the Mi-28. I forgot that, and Apache. So I think it does the job in closer support, and but in terms of tanks, it's really, really insane. It's really good. This has to be one of your first nations that if you're starting to play War Thunder, Sweden is one of the best nations to go first. You will enjoy it a lot. I enjoy playing a lot of Sweden. So yeah, that's pretty much. USA, Oof. USA. I don't know. I think it's a good nation. A little good, but I think it should be like here. Yeah, we'll leave it between China and Japan. You think it's better than China? I think it's a good nation, to be honest. Let's say I think it's a good nation. Let me do something, guys, first for a second. I want to do something. I want to add the chat actually here. Yeah, I might do it later. So, do you guys think US sucks? Do you think actually US sucks? I think it's a good nation, to be honest. And I'm going to explain why. As a whole nation, I'm not only talking about top tier. So USA has a lot of vehicles for you to play with. The Sherman, you have the Turtle, you have M41s, M18s. You have a lot of vehicles to play, and has actually a really unique vehicles to play. The Calliopes, the T-34s, heavy tanks, and the T-32s, Super Pershings. You have a lot of vehicles to play with. So I think USA at mid-tier is really good. It's really, really good. The APCVC is really nice. I think they have really good vehicles. The closest support, I think, is one of the best closest supports in the game. Are all BRs. You have the FAF, you have the F4F, I mean the F4U. So you have a lot of vehicles to play around, and the closest support I think is really good at all tier. At top tier, that's where it starts getting interesting. You will suffer a lot, to be honest, because the Abrams as a tank is really good. I would say it's a really, really good tank. I think it has the 5-second reload, 120 millimeter gun. The run is really, really good. But what suffers the most of the Abrams is the weak spots. The armor is good, but it has a really big weak spot that is the neck. The gun bridge and the turtle ring they are really, really huge. So you can get killed really easily, and you don't have spotliners, and you have a big lower plate too. So that's the only bad thing about the Abrams. But in terms of as a tank, it's really good. The speed is really good. The gun is really good. But yeah, you have a lot of Abrams. You have like 7 Abrams now, or 8, something like that. It's kind of crazy. So God tier, no, for me it's not. It's good. For me it's good. It's decent. You have the Striker. You have HSDPO that can be good, and at the same time doesn't do anything. You have a lot of premium vehicles. You have the M60, a Merkava there, a LOSAT. It has a lot of vehicles for you to play with. So I think if you want to play a lot of different vehicles, USA it could be your nation. In choppers, let's talk about choppers. It had a lot of Apaches pretty much. It has the Little Bird too. The Apache is good. I think it's decent. We were talking about the Hellfires. They can do the job, but at the same time they don't. It's kind of in the middle, so it's kind of annoying. The H1C is really good. It has the M9M, if I'm not wrong. So it has a Blackhawk with like 16 Hellfires kind of crazy into. It had a lot of choppers, to be honest. But it does the job, to be honest. The SPAA, the ADAS. Let's talk about the ADAS. What do you guys think about the ADAS? I think it's good, but it lacks like that essential thing about being an SPAA, and it's a good radar. I hate the thing that you have to look for the target and you manually lock it. That is kind of annoying. But the other has a really good missile for killing tanks. For me, it's more like a tank destroyer. I think even in the game it says like it's a tank destroyer. So it can be good or bad at the same time. But as a whole nation, I think USA is good. It's a really good nation. And that's it pretty much for USA. And let's talk about Russia. I think there's no question about this nation. Uh, we don't. There's no other place for me. I think it is the best nation in the game. Absolutely, it's insane. Russia is the best nation in the game. What do you mean trash? Russia is. It has everything you want in a nation. To be honest, I don't know if because it's Russian bias or because War Thunder is a Russian game, but Russia is really good in all BRs, in everything. When you started, they have really good tanks. The T-34s are really good. IS-1, IS-2s, IS-3s, IS-4s, T-54s, T-44s. You have everything. The APCVC on Russia is insanely good. It's absolutely insane. The SPAs are really good. You have the CSU-57s. You have CSU-23s. You have everything. You have a lot of things to play with. It's kind of crazy. The light tanks are really good. PT-76, Object 906 is absolutely good. BMP-1s, BMP-2s. You have a absolutely insane kind of vehicles. The KB-1s are absolutely insane. So for me, Russia is the best nation in the game, no question. And in top tier, it's absolutely the best nation for me. I'm going to explain you why. You have T-72s, T-72B3, T-90, T-90M, T-80BVM. Panzer is the best SPA in the game without a question. With the, I think it's 18-kilometer range or something like that. And you also have a 30 mil in the Panzer. The light vehicles, the 2S25M, the Sprut is absolutely good. BMP-2M is insane. 2S38 is insane. Everything is insane, to be honest, in Russia. At all BRs, you have a really, really strong lineup. Choppers, you have K-52s, Mi-28s, Mi-24s, and they are all really good. And for me, the K-52 is the best chopper in the game. You have insanely loadout with the Vickers missiles, hit-seeking missile, rockets, has a really good radar, thermals, everything. The Mi-28, it has the 30 mil as the K-52. It's absolutely insane. It doesn't make any sense for me that it's not the best nation in the game. And in terms of planes, it's actually really good at LBS pretty much. You have the Yaks, the MiGs, but the Sukhoi is a pretty dumb nation, to be honest. I don't even have words for Russia. It's kind of insane nation. So for me, this is, if you're starting to play War Thunder, go for Russia. It has everything you want pretty much. It's absolutely insane nation as a whole. It's actually crazy nation. At top tier, what do they have? The Sukhoi 27, the MiG-29, the Frankfurt M3 with the best missiles in the game for closer support. The K-38s. What else do they have? They have absolutely everything. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, this is pretty much my best nation for me. It is the nation I enjoy the most playing with. And it's not here, but it lacks Israel. I don't know why it's not here. But what do you guys think about Israel? Israel, I think it could be, I don't know, to be honest, between this. It's good or it's in the middle section. What do you guys think about Israel? It's not here. Let's imagine that it's over here. So I don't know. I don't like to play Israel a lot. It's not my play style. It's better than Italy, absolutely. I would say I would put it here in France and British vehicle. It's a really short tech tree. You will get to top tier really fast. You actually start with the M51, I think it is. So with a Sherman. It's a really short tech tree. but it's a copy paste about USA pretty much tech tree, unless until you get to the top tier. That is the Merkava. It has like 4 or 5 Merkavas. The Merkavas in this game, for me, they are really bad. They don't have armor at all. They look like they have, but you can pen it everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. It only has a really good round, and that's it pretty much. It has a really good APS too, but in terms of armor, it's not existing pretty much. It's an absolutely awful tank to play compared to this other nation I'm talking about. But as a whole nation, it does have choppers. Oh, it has the Blackhawk with the 16 spikes, but I was saying the spikes missiles are really unreliable. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, so it can be really annoying sometimes. And it has the F-16s, a lot of F-16s, so I think they have a good closest support. But in terms of ground, I think it lacks a lot of things. So yeah, had 3 Apaches. So yeah, in the ground I will leave it here. I think I will leave it. I would say it is between France and and the UK. For in my opinion, I'm not a big enjoyer of Israel. So yeah, that's pretty much, guys, about it. The tier list in War Thunder. In War Thunder, what do you guys think? Do you think it's good? Will you change something? What do you guys think about the tier list? I think this is good. I think this is it is what it is right now in War Thunder. I hope they will make this thing a lot way better. Italy needs a big buff, really, really urgently. To be honest, they are struggling a lot. The Merkavas too. So you put Japan here. Do you guys think Japan is good or? But I think Japan is. It will be here. If I put it here, I will put it here. Maybe. What do you guys think? You guys think Japan is good? I think this is a solid tier list. Japan does not suffer. It could be here or here. One of this for me. Or do you think China is better than USA in War Thunder? Will you change China between USA? You enjoy the Merkava, but in terms of realistic, if we're going to be realistic, Merkavas are not any good compared to these nations, to be honest. What do you guys think? Do you think it's not better than the US? You think US is better than China? I think they can compete really good between them. I think it could be like this. In terms, if we're going to talk about low tiers, China has a lot of copy paste, so I think it's USA. Is China better playing than the US? I don't think so, man. F-16C is really good for close air support. You have F-15, so they can compete really well between those. China better, US is better. Yeah, a lot of people have different opinions between this, but I think this is a solid tier list. I think these are really good, actually. I think the Yeah, USA. I think for me USA has better air tech tree on this. So yeah, guys.